What did you learn about your team over the course of this year?
We've had our ups and our downs for sure. I think we know what we're capable of. We know what the goal is. I like our team heading into the playoffs, and I think we're ready to get this thing rolling.
What excites you about facing the Devils in the first round?
Yeah, I mean, this is a rivalry that hasn't been crazy, I guess, since I've been here. So it's going to be my first taste of some good rivalry hockey with Jersey. I think it'll be exciting for the fans, exciting for the players. It'll be a good matchup.
The jersey's off your back, and that celebration that you got to take part in, what did that mean to you to share in that moment?
Yeah, special. Obviously for everyone, but especially for me. I think he's been through a lot, and it's special to be able to give him a jersey and something else that means a lot to him. I think he's a pretty special kid, so I followed along with his story, seen a couple things, and happy for him.
A lot of you guys have talked all season long about just being excited to get back to this point, back to playoffs after the way last season ended. Just what are the emotions right now knowing you're back there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was I think guys were excited when we clinched, but I don't think it was how it was last year. The feeling was different. I think there's a little bit more of an expectation amongst the group of getting back, and once you're there, we got to be ready to go. I think we've talked. All the words have been said. I think we're ready to play. It's finally here.
Jake, when you think about it, what about the Devils? What impresses you? What's the biggest challenge?
Obviously, they had a fantastic season. The speed, skill. They haven't really taken a step back. They started hot and never really phased at all. I think they're a strong team. I think the speed and the skill of the forward group is obviously important. They got some good defenders as well.
Congratulations on the regular season. What do you feel like you learned about your team and through the adversity that you faced over the course of this year?
I think we've established even clear, more of an idea of how we want to play and how we should play, and I think the resilience in this group, in this locker room, has been there over the past 2 years. I don't think there's been anything new. I think there's different challenges this year, but I think try to summarize and close this regular season and take a day and then focus on the playoffs.
When you say, playing the way that you know how to play, do you feel like you guys are there as you approach the playoffs, clicking the way that you want it to be clicking as you head into this first round?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of games that we do. I think we do a lot of good things today, and obviously we're playing against a good team, but I think we do a lot of good things where in terms of the things that we talked about, and we just got to make sure that we're firing on all cylinders when it comes to game one.
You've got the Devils in game one. What excites you about this rivalry and this matchup?
It's a rivalry. They're right across the river, and it's a tough opponent. They've had a really good regular season, and it's been tight games against them. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a rivalry because it's Devils Rangers, but it's the first time these two teams, your two teams, with these players are going to play each other in the playoffs. So does that make it more of a rivalry now for you guys too?
I don't know. It's the first time you said so. I think the crowd and the history with the fans and everything, I think in terms of that, I think that adds to it as well. And obviously it's a team that we've been battling, been far away from them in the standings. I think got closer and again had some tough games against them, and yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's been. I'm proud of the guys, the way they played the last 10 games after clinching, and knowing where we're at, and probably the last 5 or 6 games knowing we're going to finish third place. So they battled hard, they played the way I want, and we're healthy. So that's the main thing, getting through that stretch. And tonight was not much contact, but there's some skill out there and some good play. So there's a lot of good stuff. Happy the way we finished.
Just initial thoughts on probably seeing the Devils in the first.
Yeah, no, it's that's what I've thought for quite a while. So it'll be a great series. I mean, again, 2 skilled teams that they know each other pretty well, and it should be a good battle.
Does it feel like? I mean, it got close at the end, but most of the season it's looked that way. I mean, have you thought about the possibility of playing them before? Because I
think when you really looked at it, I think the game we went in there and lost 2-1 you know, there was sort of, because all three teams are winning, you know, and all three teams are real good teams, Carolina, ourselves, and the Devils. And when we lost that game 2-1, that put them up 5, is that correct? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's sort of a big stretch to go. We knew we'd win some games, but you know they're going to win games too. So it was at that time I sort of thought that, but the last couple of days I said you never know now, you know, the way things were going. So no, it's a good matchup. Like I said, I think it's two real good teams. They had an outstanding year. Lenny did a great job with them, and they're a young team, but they got a lot of talent and a lot of skill, and they play the game the right way.
Biggest challenge you think that they present on the, you know, a blimp view, right?
Them? Yeah, I think, again, we played them 4 times this year, and I think they won 3 out of the 4. Good hockey games, close hockey games, all of them, and they present a challenge. They're a talented team. They can score goals. They got, again, they're a young team, but they're a skilled team, and they're a talented team, and they can create a lot, and some of their guys took big steps like our young guys this year, so I think it's going to be a great series.
Are they the fastest team that you faced, or at least among them?
They're amongst them, for sure. Quick team, yeah.
Do you think it's going to help a lot, you know, going into this matchup, not having to travel every other day far across?
Yeah, it's not far to go. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It helps, going to help both teams, and whatever team gets out of it, they're going to be rested again. So we'll see what happens. I don't think that's a big factor, though.
Curious how the market's going to respond to having.
Yeah, I think it'll be outstanding. But the Islanders making it too, you know, and then the whole thing. So no, I think it's going to be great.